introduction, and good morning, and welcome all to this session right now. So my pleasure to be here again at AWE after being part of it for the last 10 years. I'm heading the augmented reality sales at TeamViewer, taking care of EMEA region, and it's my pleasure to be together with Duarte, my good friend, who is heading the SAP practice for Industry 4.0. So today, in the next 25 minutes or so, you would be getting further insights about how TeamViewer and SAP are coming together to bring a complete new way of defining working in warehouses. So as you know, warehouses are traditional things. They've been out there for ages. But there's a lot of scope what we can bring in terms of digitization to scale the augmented reality solutions in the warehouses for people who are not that tech savvy, but they want to get help to solve the problems as soon as they can. And you will see that in the next few minutes as well, that we are not talking about science projects. We are not talking about something which will be there in the name of digital transformation and you put it in the COE. We are talking about scalable solutions which are ready to get in the hands of frontline workers because, first of all, it's simple, and the best part, it works. That's what you're going to see in the next slides. But every kick-ass masterclass has to start with a super nice polished video. So let me follow the same trend, and I'll show you something that how the augmented reality solutions has been brought already to one of our key customers, Coca-Cola in that case. Enjoy the video.
Camera. Tu ok. Camera. Exit.
So it does look like a very nice marketing video, but I can tell you that this is how people work in the warehouses now at Coca-Cola Hellenic Bottling Company across Europe. So we are talking about roughly 40 warehouses across EMEA region, where now Coca-Cola has brought these solutions to 900 plus pickers. And with that, they are doing 65% of their picking now, day in, day out, with our solutions together with SAP. So we have integrated TeamViewer augmented reality solutions when it comes to vision picking with SAP warehouse management softwares so that everything is done in real time. And these workers who know their job anyhow to pick objects from one location and drop it another place, now they do it even more efficiently without having any compromise with their speed. And with that, I will hand it over to Duarte to give from his side what SAP is thinking about this partnership and how strategic move they believe this partnership is all about.
Thank you, Sud, for your kind presentation, and it is a pleasure to be here to present this partnership and how can SAP and TeamViewer help our customers to thrive and to be more resilient. And regarding resiliency, it is the main topic after pandemic, during the wartime that we are living, energy crisis, and all the other possibilities that we'll have in the next few years, because the world is changing and is changing fast. So we perceive that, we at SAP and TeamViewer perceive that the digital supply chains and the companies need to be more resilient, and we are here to help them. And how? To try to make them more agile, so they can react easily and with real-time based data to change their market trends and to be more present together with their customers. We want to help them to be more productive. If they are doing mass production or mass customization, we are there to help and try to make them as profitable and as productive as possible. Of course, connected. We are living in a connected world where we can be the baseline between suppliers, the organizations, and their customers. And it is much needed for us to manage expectations, to try to leverage some knowledge between all the supply chain, and also never forget the sustainability topics. We used to say, make sustainable profit, but profit sustainability. It is in fact one of the key pillars that we all want to help our customers to implement. And how we'll do that? SAP started a strategy which is called Industry 4.0, which is based on 3 main pillars. So as I said, we center our attention, or we try to center our attention in the customers so that we can receive feedback, we can ask something, and we can react accordingly to the products and the value that we are delivering. And here it's very important that value for me as an organization is not the same as the customer perceives. So the perceivedness of value, it is the key point here. Also, we want to help companies to reinvent production using AR, using AI, using a lot of other technologies to try to reinvent, to try to be more productive, more efficient, and produce with quality. And also, as I was saying, connect the entire company throughout all the business processes, from picking processes to warehouse, to forecasting, to financials, to HR, and also within a network of suppliers and customers. So just as a sum up of what is SAP strategy and how important it is, this partnership with TeamViewer, we at SAP are focused on delivering business end-to-end process to the business, our business customers. But that is only can be fully accomplished if we have nicely user interfaces, if we have endpoints where the shop floor workers can really feel augmented, feel good with their tools that they have to be productive, to be efficient. And that is why in all these steps of the value chain, from designing, planning, manufacturing, delivering, and operating, we have partnered with TeamViewer to try to help these workers to be even more efficient, even more happy, to deliver more value to their companies. Back to you, Sud.
Thank you, Duarte. So thanks for sharing your exciting vision that how SAP is considering this partnership to be very strategic, and at the same time, we can solve real-world problems already today. But I have to start with introduction to TeamViewer as well, unfortunately. As you saw, SAP doesn't need that introduction, but many of you would be thinking in the room, what TeamViewer is doing here. Because isn't it the same IT software company which your IT guys used to use to hack into your PCs and solve your problems? For sure, we are the same company, but we do many more things on top now on the OT side as well. So we are a German company coming out of Göppingen, a small town close to Stuttgart. We are close to now 1,400 people, doing around 550 million euros in revenues, got public 2019. So quite a healthy company, as you can see from the numbers too. And we are very proud of this partnership what we have built with SAP to now bring scalable solutions out on the OT side too. So from IT to OT, we cover a broad spectrum. That's what I wanted to convey from this. Global player, have presence across the world now. And how we managed to do that? Because maybe some of you have come across some names like UBMax, one legendary company coming from north of Germany, very big on the logistics side. You might have come across a company called Upskill, American company, which is pretty big in the aerospace industry, and maybe a kind of a unicorn from Munich called Biscopic. So what TeamViewer has done, we brought all of the best from assisted reality to augmented reality space into one single platform called TeamViewer Frontline. This is what we offer to our end customers, where they can build experiences from warehouses to pharma places to automotive industry and whatnot. So there's a lot of potential what we bring on the table, and that's why we are also now trying to empower the world and enable them to understand more what TeamViewer is about. So it's not the traditional IT company anymore. There's a lot more to offer, and for this, I definitely invite you to come to our booth as well to experience by yourself what do we bring. So all these things comes together into one single platform called TeamViewer Frontline. So there's no complex things, no coding needed now. You can build assisted reality workflows or augmented reality step-by-step guidances very easily, which can start from warehouses to whatnot. With that, we have built a lot of products, which are now market leading, and they're taking care of multiple verticals. Today, we'll focus more on the XPIC side, which is our bread and butter, I would say, the biggest cash cow we had at TeamViewer. Because with this, we can now, as I said, scale the solutions which can work with the hands of frontline workers who doesn't need complex technology. They know their job, what they're doing. Maybe 1,000 times they have to move the boxes of Coke. But with this solution, they can do it without any mistakes, with everything getting registered back to SAP. Everything happening in real time. But we need it now in warehouses, these solutions, because what Duarte highlighted earlier, warehouse is a complex world. There are so many things which need to happen to make sure that the end customer gets the thing in the right time. So we, as TeamViewer now, can solve many of the challenges what you see in this slide right now, where AR can play a role. Think about a typical picking process. How the worker knows from where to pick what many objects and also get real-time feedback that this person is picking the right things. How does he ensure there's nothing mix-up happening and he's dropping the place at the right location from where it has to get shipped? Because if the person need to do this job 5 times, for sure, people don't make mistakes. But if they have to do same thing 1,000 times, mistakes bound to happen because people get lazy, they cut corners, there is no quality control. But now with the vision picking solutions what we are bringing in the supply chain environment, everything gets registered back into the SAP system. So there is no way people can get corners, they just get efficient. So it's not a distraction, it's a big helpful mechanism for them to do the job right the first time. And this is what we are also bringing together in the name of industrial metaverse. So it's a hot topic right now. I guess everybody's very curious about it, what you can do with metaverse. So this is where we want to make it a very simple definition that, guys, we are talking about bringing assisted reality solutions on the supply chain side where people can get digital information from the backend system. So SAP has a legendary product called Enterprise Warehouse Management System Software, EWM, so which many of you would be using already in your warehouses. We pick information from that, combine it from the physical world as well. If there is some IoT information, getting some updates, if things has changed, something need to be worked on. In the future, we are also thinking about bringing AI capabilities with which we can also do real-time validation. So instead of scanning the QR codes, just looking at the object, we can give a feedback. Did we pick the right object already from the right place, and so on. And with this, we want to bring keeping the frontline worker in focus. So it has to be simple. The user experience should not involve 100 clicks because nobody has time for that. And it should be easy to scale. So that's what we are trying to bring in the industrial metaverse methodology to our people, which is, to be honest, already available as of today. So that's where you will see some more examples in a while too. But again, there has to be a business driver why we are coming together. There has to be a place for us to grow because we have to solve some real world problems. And most of the problems which we see in Europe is coming from the worker shortage. There are not enough workers. That's the first thing. Second thing, the training curve is pretty long for people to understand things and deliver the right messaging. So there are many, many challenges what we can work on already together today to bring a value proposition which is highly compelling to bring into the ecosystem. And that's how it gets. It's a complex slide, but as you know, SAP is also a complex organization. So it takes us a while to integrate to SAP now, but the good news is we have already brought our solutions as a plugin to existing SAP solutions. It can be their warehouse management system software, where our vision picking solution is already part of it, and we have scaled this to tens of thousands of pickers already in the world. It can be their asset management solution, with which we can have understanding of the objects, how they're moving on a factory floor. It can be remote assistance solutions, which is connected to their field service management software as well. So there is a lot which is now together synced with SAP so that digital data is not getting unused. We are not creating any other siloed standalone system which your IT guys need to manage. So we want to bring everything together into one single place that people can get ready to use already today. And some scalable examples, what I really want to show it to you, that people who have already proven this. So again, it's not going back to the same point that they are science projects. Technology is not ready. True, there are many things which we cannot deliver today, but there are already so many solutions which are out of the box, which people can just start getting used to it. DHL, very good example. Typical 3PL, which most of us uses. They have brought our vision picking solutions into their ecosystem across the globe now, which has got them 15% productivity already. So we are talking about also thousands of workers who are using this solution, which is again integrated back to the SAP side. Coca-Cola, we already talked about it. The accuracy, what you see there, is something what they've already achieved now. And now we are expanding with them across multiple new warehouses as well. So as DB Schenkers of the world and other companies. We talked about pharma example before. We just closed the deal with a large German pharma company as well on the picking side because they have these warehouses from where they want to bring the experiences out in the right time to the end users as well. So it's not only the traditional 3PLs of the world, but also the automotive companies who can use these solutions, or semiconductor companies as well, who can be part of the ecosystem very, very simply. With that, I first want to ask Duarte a question, because you have, something did not work right, but
We need to save the best for last.
yeah. All right, so we are back. So the thing is, what I want to ask you, Duarte, as well, what challenges do you see? So sounds like what I've said right now makes a very simple story to you, that you're ready to go. But of course, in practice, we know it's not so easy.
Yeah.
So what do you think are the biggest challenge right now, that this solution is there at some places, but not everywhere? And how the ecosystem also can help us to bring it in the right hands, in the right time, so that they really scale? What do you think about it?
I think one of the biggest challenges is change management. I was back in industry in 2017, 18, acquiring real wear glasses, trying to deploy it. And at that time, the technology was not very, very mature. 5 years passed by, and right now we have the use cases there. But the topic is people are still a bit reluctant to embrace this change. This technology is very easy to use. You only need half an hour just to get used to the wearable, for instance, because all the instructions are voice operated. There is a lot of automatisms there between the processes. So no specific other challenge rather than change management. We need to, and this is our role as software providers, try to help the companies to thrive and to improve their efficiencies. Our role is to go beyond ROI, to explain them that this is more than numbers, this is more than efficiency, this will help them and help people and enhance people's capacity. We are not here to try to steal or automate jobs. Of course, that if we are more efficient, maybe we will not need so many pickers. But if we are inefficient, maybe there are no jobs at all. So we need to help companies to really understand the value of enhancing human capacities and become more efficient.
Absolutely, could not agree enough. And I think most of you would agree as well. Sometimes it's the human factor which is hindering the adoption of the technology, because every time people get to a new change, it just sounds too complex for them to adapt. It's too overwhelming at times. But with this experience, what I'm talking, especially Coca-Cola, it's such a prime example for us, because it's such a happy customer that they want to be the trendsetter into the warehouse industry, saying that, guys, look, we have done it. My pickers have adopted it. Why don't you do that? They speak on our behalf. They go to events, give the speeches, give the messaging out, because it's simple and it works. So that's true that human element is definitely making it also a kind of a bottleneck. But this is where, together with us, we want to solve this challenge, bring the right messaging, that, guys, no, think about it, try it out. Maybe you need adjustments to look into a new form factor. So that's one thing which you have to get used to it. But if you're open, you just need 30 minutes to get through it, and then you'll be ready to work on that.
I have a question for you too. So,
go ahead. Easy one, please.
You've talked about Coca-Cola, you've talked about DHL, but this type of solutions is not only for companies that have warehouses. You've talked about picking, but there are a lot other of use cases. So what do you think, what can be our target customers for these type of solutions, and what can be the impact on their daily operations?
Glad you asked this. So when we talk logistics, the first thought comes to the mind is that warehouses owned by 3PLs of the world, so DHLs, DB Schenkers, and whatnot. That's the first thought everybody gets. But that's not true anymore. So any company which manages the warehouse on their own, they can come from the automotive division, having their spare parts lying around in a huge warehouse, and nobody knows how to find them in the right location and ship it at the right place. They can be semiconductor companies. I know my marketing lady is here, and she told me not to talk about it, but in the couple of weeks, we'll be launching a new press release with a large semiconductor company, where we are bringing out picking solutions into their warehouses, so that the pickers now can pick the expensive $1 million wafers in the right time, bring it to the right location, so that job can be continued. So it's not typically those 3PLs of the world, but semiconductors. Pharma is so big for us right now. We are going after pharma companies who are managing their warehouses to ensure that all the goods they need to have at the right location gets delivered. So think it like this. Anybody who is still using pen and paper for manual processing, for order fulfillment, they can benefit tremendously already today with these wearable solutions coming in the name of vision picking, which can be scaled immediately across warehouses. So that's definitely the key which I want to leave you with. Anything else you have in mind? Or should I ask you one more question?
I can ask you
Sure,
another one. So TeamViewer went through a bit of revolution. So as you said, passed from IT world into OT world, partnering up with SAP, which is like a big old-fashioned company, very, very German, with a lot of processes going on. The slide was very complex due to SAP. How is it difficult to work with SAP, and what are the advantages of this partnership? What do you think?
Good that you started this thread now. So as I think all of us would agree, SAP is a legendary German company which have done a tremendous job across the globe in scaling, but also they made them a little bit complex as well to deal with. So I think most of us would have gone through that. But the good thing is they also see the big value in it. So there's a huge push. Even from the C-level suite of SAP, we have a huge buy-in that, guys, they see a clear vision that digital supply chain need to benefit from this solution already. So the good thing is we went very top-down in SAP complex hierarchy structure to bring the solutions out. So we get tremendous support. We do so many events together. We go to so many customers together as well. We are already endorsed partner for SAP, meaning SAP brings us into their discussions, SAP sellers, where we can sell the solution on their behalf. So it's a great partnership what we have built. Of course, it was not an easy ride, given the structure.
Yes, of course.
But now I think things have evolved to a level where we can jointly stand, talk about the value proposition, and we cannot stop talking about it. So we have come a long way. So thanks for the great partnership as well.
Thank you, Sud.
Thank you too. And with that, I want to leave you with one final video to consume, where you would say it's not picking, but it's one of the crazy sports which I think most of you would like, Formula E, where together with SAP, we have brought our remote assistance solutions that how the technicians who are sitting in the headquarters of Mercedes in Brackley can support the guys who are actually on a racetrack, maybe in Brazil, maybe in Texas, wherever. So you will see, you would appreciate this video, I believe, because it gives a very clear messaging how we integrate with SAP together in this example. I guess some technical hiccup once again, but
yeah.
Can we play the video, guys?
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, it's coming.
Thank you.
Partnerships with SAP and TeamViewer are critical to success both on and off the track.
Guys, we need more energy regen on braking.
Understood. Box this slap, please. Box this slap, confirm.
Okay, Laney, we need to optimize the regen and the braking.
With TeamViewer Frontline X Assist integration, you can easily connect to a remote expert directly from within the SAP Field Service Management dashboard.
Let's get a second opinion. Let's talk to Albie back at the factory.
Smart glasses enable on-site technicians to work hands-free and share the task at hand directly with the remote expert through the camera.
Okay, I've got a visual in the car. Walk me through the issue, Stoffel.
TeamViewer Frontline X Assist makes everything possible with real-time, peer-to-peer augmented reality support that documents directly into SAP Field Service Management.
Okay, everything's good to go. Over to you guys. All saved and documented. The video is now available on the Field Service Management app.
Great work, guys. Let's see how it is out on track.
The car feels good. Perfectly optimized.
SAP Field Service Management and TeamViewer Frontline X Assist. Improve knowledge transfer and boost workforce productivity with contextual peer-to-peer augmented reality support.
Great work, guys. Great work.
So yeah, so this is what we want to leave you with some new thoughts. Hopefully you got the message very clear now that it's time for you to go back to your digital transformation experts. Tell them, guys, you need to change your warehouses. If you're still running on pen and paper, it's time for you to change it and bring the right methodology which can help your people save cost and also drive the efficiency. Thank you very much for the time. Please drop us to the booth, because seeing is believing. I want you all to have the experience firsthand. What exactly we are talking is actually already possible. So thanks again for the time.
Test. Thank you. Thank you, Sud and Duarte. Pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting.
We have time for one question. Any question, one quick question. Yes, sir.
Hi, Sachin Sharma, Pfizer. First of all, great talk. Can you just elaborate on the vision picking side, like from an end user perspective, like the worker goes and he scans a QR code, or you also do some sort of OCR recognition or an object capture? And is that vision picking is offered as a service via from SAP side, which we can start integrating into our applications?
Sure. So maybe I'll take the first
Yeah,
part.
and I'll take the second part.
So vision picking technically means that the worker has a wearable device on his head. With that, with the camera looking into the real world, understanding what kind of work order this person need to do. So this can start using a QR code, which the person can scan with the device. It can be also coupled with a ring scanner, which is also integrated with the complete experience. So the worker first need to know where the person is and which order this person need to deliver at first place. So you get that information through starting experience with a QR code, for example. Then it connects back to the EWN system, gives the person a complete direct notification. Now Thomas, let's say the name of picker, Thomas need to go from aisle 3A, pick 7 bottles of Coke Light. So the person gets its notification, goes to aisle 3A, scans the QR code there, registers that the person is at the right location, picks 7 bottles, scans the packet, says that, okay, I've scanned, is it the right thing? And get the real-time feedback, oh, wrong packet, because it's not Coke Light, it's Coke Zero. And those kind of things you can get as a real-time feedback. Person scans, registers back into the EWM that I've picked the right thing, goes to the location, which is also given as an order fulfillment guidance. Now drop it at 17B. Thomas brings it to 17B, drops it there, scans again the QR code saying that, okay, I have delivered it at the right location, job is done. So this is, in essence, a complete flow that how a person gets it. But again, feel free to come to the booth. You will see it. You can wear the experience on your own. And on the SAP side, let Duarte answer that.
No, the thing is, all the information that is being generated, the information that is being handheld to the picker, and the information that he is generating by saying, I've moved this packet from A side to B side, it is then seamlessly integrated into SAP EWM processes. And we are talking about EWM, we are talking about asset management, whatever handheld device that you need, shop floor, process changeover, remote assistance, everything is seamless between the information that is generated in the endpoint with TeamViewer solution and then the back-end process with SAP.
Yeah. So it's a very tight integration, just to explain in simple terms, that it works.
Thank you very much, guys.
Okay.
Thank
It
you.
was a pleasure to have you. Please bring your hands together for Sud and Duarte.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.